In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. Amen. We are continuing with our series that we have titled Life Scripts. This is the second episode, and this time around we're going to look at hedonism, pleasure as a goal. Pleasure as a goal. That's what we're going to look at. It is in truth and in spirit word of worship as usual. And our key text is in the book of Ecclesiastes. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2. Last time we were in chapter 1. This time we're looking at chapter 2, verse 1. I'm looking for that text. Anyone there? Okay. No one. I'm trying to find the book. Ecclesiastes. Okay. I've struggled with the text for right now. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse from verse 1. Okay. Jesus. What is happening with me today?
Verse 1. I say to myself, come on, let's try pleasure. Let's look for the good things in life. But I found that this too was meaningless. So I said, laughter is sin. What good does it do to seek pleasure? After much thought, I decided to cheer myself with wine. While still seeking wisdom, I clutched at foolishness. In this way, I tried to experience the only happiness most people find during their brief life in this world. I continue?
Yeah, to verse 11. Well, I hope you're along the way. You're in verse what?
Verse 4.
I enlarged my works, I built houses for myself, I planted vineyards for myself, I made gardens and parks for myself, I planted in them all kinds of fruits, I made ponds of water for myself, from which to irrigate a forest of growing trees, I bought male and female slaves, I had homeborn slaves, I possessed flocks and herds larger than all who preceded me in Jerusalem. Also I collected for myself silver and gold and the treasure of kings and provinces. I provided for myself male and female singers and the pleasures of many concubines. Then I became great and increased more than all who preceded me in Jerusalem. My wisdom also stood by me. All that my eyes desired, I did not refuse them. I did not withhold my heart from any pleasure, for my heart was pleased because of all my labor, and this was my reward for all my labor. Verse 11, thus I considered all my activities which my hands had done, and the labor which I had exerted, and behold, all was vanity, and striving after wind, and there was no profit, no pleasure under the sun. Wisdom excels folly. Now, we are now looking at another episode of the Life Scripts. Now, there is chapter 8, verse 14 to 15 says, there is futility which is done on the earth. That is, there are righteous men to whom it happens according to the deeds of the wicked, and on the other hand, there are evil men to whom it happens according to the deeds of the righteous. I say that this too is futility. So I commended pleasure, for there is nothing good for a man under the sun except to eat and to drink and to be merry, and this will stand by him in his toils throughout the days of his life, which God has given him under the sun. Under the sun. There are people who believe that life is about pleasure. Have you heard individuals who say there's a saying in Uganda, byansi byakuleka? Byansi byakuleka weekyakalire. have Mary, be happy, because eventually you're going to die, isn't it? Yeah, biansi byakuleka. That is almost a philosophy of life to some people. Many people look at life in the lens of we are here to enjoy, have fun, and die. The reason that's why most people are working. They are working so that they can use that money to have fun, and then they die. Because vanity of vanities, life is meaningless. So why are you working? I am working. Nkola kuba bulungi, nkola kweyagala, have fun, live life, and that is what the Bible is addressing this time. It is a life script. And remember, I told you that life script, according to cognitive psychology, is that each of us has a script or a schema, whether we are aware of it or not. A life script is another way of describing the meaning we attribute to the events that happen to us. A life script is almost a template or a brick mold within which our view or worldview is shaped. So some people have that kind of life script, that life is about having pleasure. If you don't have pleasure, then you have not enjoyed life. So enjoy life, because after all, you're going to die anyway. Just enjoy life. Okay? Enjoy life. If I die, I die. Let me just enjoy life. So it is what the Greeks call hedone. Hedone is the Greek for life as pleasure. Okay? Having or living a pleasure-oriented life. Okay, you are here for pleasure and nothing more. Okay, so you find some people not living for any other thing in this life. Okay, have fun and die. Have fun and die. Do whatever you want to do, enjoy life, and then do what? And then die. Now, there are 3 or 4 life application lessons that I would like to draw from this text that we have just read. Number 1 is there are 6. Okay, there are 6 fundamental pleasures that everyone craves for in this world, and you must fall in one of these categories. Okay, number 1 is music. Call that entertainment. Okay, somehow, somewhere you have been entertained, either through movies, Hollywood, music, concerts. Okay, the reasons why musicians are rich, okay, it is because they work in the pleasure industry. So people flock there to go and see them. So when they charge those tickets, they become rich. I like football. That's under entertainment. And footballers are rich people. Why are they rich? Because they work in the pleasure industry. So you must belong somewhere. For me, I belong in this entertainment industry. That's where I belong, because I like football so much. Okay. Then sex. Okay. Number 2 is sex. People think that that is even the climax. Men, not people. Men assume that is the climax of all pleasures. Okay. So you belong somewhere there. You are either in sex. Then there is money or materialism. Okay. When you have money, you have all the pleasure that you want, and you can get all the pleasure that you have. Others pleasure in buildings, cars, all the materialism that you can mention. All right. Then there is food. Okay, types of food. Food is pleasurable. It is. Okay, and you need to eat those good things. All right. Then there is beauty. Gives you pleasure. This is where most of women actually belong. Beauty. Okay. cosmetics, Vaselines, perfumes, the beauty. People take pleasure in beauty. We even have beauty pageants and beauty contests, etc. We have all those beauty. And finally, there is power. There's power. People take pleasure in power, being powerful, fame, being celebrities, having the luxury of ordering around people and determining who lives and who doesn't live. That gives a lot of people pleasure. Just gives a lot of people pleasure. So you belong somewhere under these six. Okay? There's what gives you pleasure. There's what gives you pleasure. Somewhere, somehow. Okay? Now, another thing that we learn from the Koheleth in Ecclesiastes is that the world sets happiness as something that comes from outside. Okay? All these things that I've mentioned, they seem to come from outside. Music, you have to be entertained. Okay? Sex, money, food, beauty, power, all come from outside, under the sun. Okay? Then another important lesson here is that pleasure is a pain killer. It's a pain killer. People go to these concerts, have fun, and come back home to reality. And in most cases, that reality is not so pleasurable, like where they were. Okay, so it is almost a pain killer, pleasure, unfortunately. Okay. Now, we want now to turn to this whole theme of hedonism. Hedonism is the belief that life is about pleasure. If you can't get pleasure in this life, you have not lived. You have not lived if you can't have pleasure in this world. Life is a business of pleasure. Okay? So, and pleasure is the goal of life. How many of you don't want to be happy? And your goal is not being happy? At least no one here, you see? So that's what hedonism argues.
Pastor, even nowadays when people talk about living life,
yes,
they mean pleasure.
They mean pleasure.
Yeah. The term living is equated to pleasure.
I don't understand the question, but for me, I no longer pursue to be happy. It used to be my goal, but it changed now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you are unique. So you don't want to be happy? Excuse me.
I don't mean to say that I don't want to be happy. However, it is no longer a pursuit of mine.
Okay. What have you replaced it with?
I had a talk with my father, and he told
Don't take us into your talk with your father. What is your new pursuit?
my new pursuit is to do what brought me here, to serve my
Okay, fine. Now, good. Now, so majority of the people in the world, hedonism is the goal, the pursuit of pleasure, wealth, achievement as the ultimate end. Okay, that is what people are looking for. People want to be happy. That's what they want. Everyone you see, they want to be happy. The question, however, is, let me ask you, are people happy?
Average.
No. Okay.
Average.
The poor people have reasons not to be happy. Okay? Are the rich people happy? They're not. What about the people that we see on social media? Are they happy?
They pretend to see people are
content creators.
Are the people on social media enjoying life? What do you mean you doubt? For me, I agree they are enjoying life on social media. Everyone you see on social media, they are beautiful. They are enjoying. They take selfies when they are eating nice food. They capture videos when they are dressed in good clothes. They are always in good, beautiful houses. People on social media are happy.
So, but this is one thing I discovered. Happy people, they don't have a need to expose that to everyone because they're already contented.
But you guys are narcissistical because me, the people that I saw on social media, they are happy. They are living a dream life. The people that I saw on Instagram, the people that I saw on Facebook,
Films, songs, videos.
those people who are living a happy life. How do you know they are acting? You don't know them. Why are you judging them? They are eating nice food. Can food be active? And they are eating nice food. They are enjoying. Life is pleasurable. But anyway, I think the best thing to say is that the only place in this world where people are happy is on social media.
And movies.
Okay? Yes. But it looks like in real life where we are, people are not happy. They even run statistics. Where are the happiest people? Which country has got the happiest people in the world? Then they give you a name. But when you go into that country, people are not happy. And yet they rank as the happiest people in the world. But when you go into that country, people are not happy. So what happens to the people who are living a script of the end of the goal of life is to be happy? What happens? What happens to that script? Because if the goal of life is to be happy, isn't it? And we have a guy who is saying this, because let me ask you, what does someone need to be happy? What do you need to be happy in this life? You listen to this guy, and then you tell me. Okay? Okay, chapter 2, Ecclesiastes. Good. I explored with my mind how to stimulate my body with wine. Okay? While my mind was guiding me wisely, and how to take hold of folly until I could see what good there is for the sons of men under the heaven for the years to come. This is what I did. Okay? I enlarged my works. I built houses for myself. I planted vineyards for myself. Okay? I made gardens and parks for myself. I planted in them all kinds of fruit trees. I made ponds of water, those are swimming pools, for myself, from which we irrigate a forest of growing trees. I bought male and female slaves. I had home-born slaves. I also possessed flocks and herds, larger than all who preceded me. I collected myself silver and gold and treasure of kings and provinces. I provided for myself male and female singers and the pleasures of men, many concubines. Then I became great and increased more than all who preceded me in Jerusalem. My wisdom also stood by me. All that my eyes desired, I did not refuse them. I did not withhold my heart from any pleasure, for my heart was pleased because of all my labor, and this was my reward for all my labor. What more does such a person need? This guy seemed to have everything. Okay? that anyone needs to be happy. Isn't it? And he concluded by saying that he was not happy. So what does someone need to be happy in this life? For instance, what do you need to be happy? What do you need for you to be happy? This one had all the gold and the silver. That means he had all the money. For you need money to be happy. Okay. Are you saying that those who have money are happy? Have you realized that the people who have money are not happy? So that means that money does not make people happy. Does money make people happy? Does money make people happy? Money makes people who do not have money happy. It doesn't make people who have money happy. You understand?
When they get something,
money excites those who do not have money. So the reason why you think that money will make you happy is because you don't have it. You are poor. That is not you speaking, it is poverty speaking. Because the guy who had all the silver and the gold is telling you that he wasn't happy still. You want a house to be happy? He built all the houses. What do you want? You want wisdom. He had all the wisdom. And in fact, the most miserable people are the wise people. You realize? So what is going to make you happy? If your goal of life is happiness, isn't it? Okay. What do we do to achieve that goal? Because many people think that happiness is the goal, having all the pleasure, but can these things satisfy us? And then you say, now I am okay. The Baganda here have a saying, is that true? That life is in accordance with my plans? Is that true? Can life be like that? What do they mean? They are saying that they are happy. They are all right. Okay. Which Ugandan is all right? Because the first Ugandan is President Museveni.
yeah, I don't think he's right.
That is the first man. He's even called the first citizen of Uganda. Isn't it? He's the most powerful and is in charge of Bank of Uganda, for those of you who want money.
Hey.
Yes. He's in charge of that institution.
Order for the
And he's in charge of all guns. Because he's the commander-in-chief.
power.
Isn't it?
Power and money.
He has power and money. Now, he's the most celebrated Ugandan. Every time you have an election, he has the biggest number of Ugandans who vote for him. Now, my question is simple. Is President Museveni a happy man?
I don't think so.
Do you have to think so? You just have to look. When you see him, do you see like he's a happy man? Why is Kyagulanyi fighting to go into his seat?
He thinks that when he gets what he has.
Is hedonism, pleasure, the goal of life? Is it an achievable goal, therefore, if it is the goal of life? So what are we working for? And what do we mean, we who are working for being? Be rich and be happy. Is being rich equal, does it equal to being happy? You see? So what are the things that you're going to do and they make you happy? Thank you very much. Now, there's a Greek philosopher known as Epicurus. Epicurus argued that living in agreement with nature is the starting point when it comes to attaining happiness. And he believed in hedonism, isn't it? But he said that if you want to be happy in this life, you have to understand the categories of your desires. And for him, he came up with 3 categories of desires. The things that you desire so that you can be happy, isn't it? Category number 1, there's what he called the natural and necessary desires. Natural and necessary desires. Okay? And among these were food, shelter, and environment.
Only those 2.
Those 3. For him, those were the natural and necessary environment. That's what you need.
The natural and necessary.
Natural and necessary.
Food,
Shelter,
and
environment.
Food.
He argued that these produce motion, okay? Because this is called the moving pleasures. Okay? If you're enjoying a meal, a sweet meal, that's what you do. And then there are static pleasures that bring satisfaction. And you have, for instance, you have eaten and your belly is full with meal. You can breathe, okay? You have a shelter. That shelter could be a tree, it could be a house, it could be anything. See? Natural environment. Epicurus. Epicurus. Depending on your pronunciation. Okay? Category number 1. Category number 2. He said that there is another category of desires. Natural and non-necessary desires. They are natural but non-necessary desires. For instance, in the ground there is gold, isn't it? And silver and oil. Epicurus was asking, what do you need that gold for? So these natural and non-necessary desires are called luxuries. For instance, how many types of food, okay, do you have to eat in a sitting? So you have this luxury even in meals. You are serving a buffet. All for what? But food is natural, isn't it? But you have served it in an unnecessary way. Wearing clothes is necessary, isn't it? How many shirts should you have? 700 shirts. The priest of that is it a priest? I don't know whether it's a priest. David Beckham. It is said that there's a time when he was putting on a new shirt every day.
Then what?
Dressing is natural, isn't it? But you're dressing unnecessarily. And that is killing your happiness.
And then there is also by 10 t-shirt, 20 or 100 t-shirts of the same type. The balance. The same t-shirt, 100 of them.
So luxuries in food, cars, houses, land, recreational travels. You travel every year. You have traveled the entire world. After you have traveled the entire world, why are you doing it again? Okay, what are you looking for? What is the purpose?
Pastor, there are people who travel. Now, I can understand people who travel the entire world, but every time you travel, you go to different places. I know some guy, one of my daughter's boyfriends, okay, fiancé, he travels, his hobby is traveling. So he travels every quarter to a different place in the world. But sometimes he travels back to some other places. He can come to, I think, Queen National Park, like 4 times in 4 years. Same place.
How much should a wedding be? Why? You see that are the problem. Now, these things that we pursue as pleasurable, in the long run, they actually hurt us. They stress us. They cause depression. You didn't manage to conduct your birthday in Bahamas. So the point was not having a birthday party, but the point was where. You are now stressed because of where, not because of what. You spend the whole year saving to have a non-necessary desire. Then he said that category number 3 is what he calls vain desires. Okay? And this, he says, number 1, power. Power is a vain desire. Number 2, fame. Extreme material and financial gain. That is vain. It is vain. There is nothing in that. There is nothing in being famous. There is nothing in being powerful. Nothing. Vain. So those are 3 categories. Are they? And to those, he was actually arguing that these are the things that we pursue to give us pleasure. So that's the whole thing. Okay. Now there are like 4, actually 5. Okay. Worldly views of pleasure. There is the secularism worldly view of pleasure. People go out. Let me use an example of having pleasure through sex. Isn't it? Sleep with as many people as you can, as long as you are doing it safe. Okay? Maybe you're using a condom, you are taking a pill. That is secularism. It is called legal hedonism. You are having all the pleasure that you want, but within the mateka. Have you noticed that every discotheque has got a bouncer? You come and have fun, but within the rules of the what? Okay, that is secularism. Okay, then there's another one from the Greek mythology. Okay, which I call the ethical hedonism. Let us have fun, but let us also find out why we are having fun. Why? It's not fun. It's called ataraxia. You are having fun, but also why? It's called, haven't you heard you guys have these things that you call recreational. Where as an organization you go out, okay, and have fun, and have those games that are for 10 minutes or 10 minutes. That then, what lessons did you gather? You get that point? Ethical hedonism. So every year, your organization has got a party. And everyone is waiting for that party. There is food, there is what, there is what. The goal is that pleasure. Okay, fine. Then under that also there is also this Eastern mysticism, Shavaka, where you have to have pleasure but with balance. Okay? Shavaka, you can enjoy, okay, but balance. We are going to have a dance. Let us get out so that we can dance from there. Because there are things there that can be damaged. Then you get out of one room and then you dance. Even discotheques have that. They have what they call the lounge, okay? And then they have what they call the floor, where you can go crazy as you want.
The lounge, that's a bit.
The lounge, that's a bit. On the floor, you go crazy. Then there's the hedonism in Christendom. Have you seen how people worship God these days? People worship God with the goal in head to be happy. Okay? Hence the prosperity gospel. You've seen that prosperity gospel thing. When it comes to disease, you are in a disease-free zone. You can't be sad in the Lord. You must be happy. Enjoy. Then they conduct like 6 hours or 3 hours non-stop when worshippers are just dancing. Dancing, jump for the Lord, clap for the Lord, jump, dance, run for then they run while yelling. That is hedonism. They even do that. Yeah. Make a 360 for the Lord.
Oh yeah.
Then they make a 360 for the Lord. It is called praise and worship. That is hedonism in church. Pleasure has the goal, and people are encouraged and they're motivated. What people are doing in churches today or in worship places is what the secular people are doing in clubs. Then after that dancing, they serve a meal and you eat something, isn't it? It's because the script is that we just have to, have that whole entertainment and have that pleasure. So in all this, pleasure is the idol. That's why these days when people are doing church programs, they are filled with entertainment. It is a god. It is the god that they worship. It is the idol there. When churches are making church programs, the first question is, will they be entertained? Okay, entertainment is one of the principles of journalism. Educate, entertain, inform. There's also another one I've forgotten. You see, you have to entertain people. Why? Because pleasure is an idol. People don't want to go to places where there is no pleasure. No, they don't. It doesn't make any sense for them. Yeah. So I don't know about that. Now, so when you're organizing anything, you have to make sure that you have pleasure in your goal. It is like pleasure is a script of life. Everyone wants to be happy. Isn't it? Everyone wants to be happy. The comedy industry is booming because people are looking for something to make them happy.
Yet comedians are sad.
Yes. And the comedians themselves who make others laugh commit even suicide because they are sad. All right? Now let me ask you a question. Are you happy? Would you say you are happy? It's not good to lie. And you don't have to answer. If you don't know, it's better you say you don't know. And it's not good to force things. This is a very important question. It is almost the same as the question that says, who are you? This question is, are you happy? Because if you are not happy, you're going to be a victim of hedonism. You're going to start running after the pleasures of this world. You're going to start working hard to achieve happiness. And here's the good news. You won't be happy, even after you've gotten what you thought will make you happy. Yes, marriage will not make you happy. If you're seeking for pleasure in marriage, then ask those who are married. Money will not make you happy. Will not. You only think that will make you happy because you don't have money now. If you want to know that money won't make you happy, ask those who have money right now and ask them how they feel. They won't. They won't. Religion won't make you happy. Religion will just indoctrinate you to think that you are happy and to start counseling those who are as sad as you are. This is why religious people commit suicide. Can you believe people who commit suicide have a religious name? So my question to you today is, are you happy? Because there's something, okay? What Christianity calls joy. The Bible says in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. Let me look for that verse.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace.
Now, the Bible does not say that the fruit of the Spirit is happiness. Do you understand? It doesn't say that the fruit of the Spirit is happiness. It says the fruit of the Spirit is joy. Do you know why? The difference between joy and happiness is this. Happiness is man-made. If you want to be happy, go and watch a movie. Go and watch soccer. Okay? You want to be happy. Go and have sex. Go and eat food. Buy a car. Buy a dress. Travel. Because you want to be what? You want to be happy. Now, the problem with happiness, isn't it? It expires. It expires. When you are in a cinema, you are happy in the cinema. Isn't it? You are not as happy the next day as you were yesterday in the cinema. That's happiness. Because happiness happens in happenings. It's momentous. It's a moment. And this is what majority of people in the world are pursuing. Happiness is in happenings. When something happens, you are happy. Have you seen the excitement when the child is born? Where does it go? Why? You are happy because something has what? Happened. Now, you are a hedonist. If your happiness is in happenings, you are a hedonist. You are a pursuer of pleasure. You are a pursuer of stimulants. That's why you take drugs. And then you feel highly. Because you have injected yourself with the drug. And then you feel highly. Yeah! That's why you take alcohol. After you've taken alcohol, you feel okay. And when alcohol goes down, you are in hangover. You need now another alcohol to keep you in a happening. But that's not you. And then at the end of it all, you are sad. Do you know why you are sad? Because naturally, you are not an event. You are not that. You are a human being created in the image of God. Now, this is why we Christians do not preach happiness. We don't preach miracles because miracles are moments. Did you hear that? We don't preach that. That is food for non-believers. We preach the indwelling God who bears fruit in us, and that fruit is joy. If you are not happy because there's something that you don't have, if you don't have that joy, because joy is throughout your life. Joy is through all the events, good and bad. You have that satisfaction. You have that confidence. You are okay. So if you don't have joy, you are a hedonist. You are a hedonist. You are looking for something to excite you from out. The good things that happen to you are like marijuana that you have taken. From today, gentlemen and ladies, I want to ask you something. Try as much as you can to welcome God to be indwelling in your life so that He can bear the fruit of joy in your life. Distance yourself from achieving your happiness from moments. You understand? From moments. Don't wait for Christmas to be happy. Don't wait for your birthday to throw a party for yourself. Celebrate yourself. Do not wait for dates. Did you hear that? Don't be under dates, because that is hedonism. It is hedonism that looks for happenings. You cannot have special meals for special days. No. And you cannot expect to be happy and have your happiness made by food. Can you imagine having a happiness made by food? So without that food, you are not happy. And that's why we fight in queues of food. Because we're pursuing a pleasure that we cannot afford without that food. You cannot have your joy dependent on anything. Joy is a fruit. Joy is a fruit. Christianity do not preach happiness. Moments? No, we don't. Ours is a standard fruit. It's not the one that bears in season and out of season. This one that is there always. As long as the Lord is with you, you have the joy of the Lord. And you should just have that joy of the Lord. Whether you're in problems, you have to have that balance. Having the joy of the Lord does not mean that you won't cry when you have problems. No. They are tears of what? Joy. Have you heard about that? They are tears of joy. But you are a normal human being. You can cry because you've lost a loved one. That has nothing to do with your joy in the Lord. with your joy about life? Are you joyous in the Lord? Because the question of are you happy is difficult to answer. Do you know why? Because people do not answer that question because the moments are absent. They have it. When asked, are you happy? I don't have a house. I don't have a house. But having a house is a moment. It is happening. Because houses collapse. Hello? It was very important. Now these houses are even momentous also. They are momentous. Cars crash. True or false? Momentous. So if you have tied your happiness to your car, what are you saying? That you will crash with it? Power goes from one person to another. How can you depend on power to be happy? And when you're not in power, you're not happy. Power will go. You are not happy because you are not beautiful. Well, news flash. Beauty. Away. You understand? Let us be born again and be filled with God. And that God will bear the fruit of joy. And we will survive turning pleasure into an idol. Because the Bible says, thou shalt not worship any idol. God bless you.
Amen.